Hello.
Hello.
How are we doing?
I'm alright, yeah, I'm fine. Oh, so we haven't actually specifically set a topic for this week yet, have we? So we've got a long list of things to go through. So I think the way we'll start it off, the one thing I've got in my head, when you were on holiday, you sent me a message, and it was something that you saw on Instagram.
Okay.
Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I don't think I do.
So it was someone that was saying about the amount of hours of sleep you get.
Yes. This was interesting.
Yeah, and I thought it would be quite interesting to get your opinion on this, my opinion on this, and then if anyone else has any opinion, see what they think.
Yeah. Okay. So it was a post that I put on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And it was basically to say that if you work longer hours, you'll be more productive, basically. So the point of it was a case of, and this is just my own experience, right? Yeah. So if I come into work at 9 and leave at 5:30, the guy or the person that comes in at 8 and gets the extra hour, so you come in at 9, I come in at 8, you go for an hour lunch, I work. Yeah. Eating at my desk maybe, but I work for it. Yeah. And then I leave at, say, I don't know, 6, half 6, and you leave at 5:30. There is absolutely no question that if I'm working 3 hours more than you every day, I will be more productive and I will progress loads quicker. Right.
I'm going to add a slight counter argument.
Okay.
So, yes, I do 100% agree with that. The more hours you work, the more productive you are going to be. But take the sales guys.
Yeah.
Their job, really, there are some parts of their job that don't involve calling out, but they can't call out unless it's between 9:30 and 5:30, for example. Mm-hmm. So I do 100% agree, but I do also think that it depends on the nature of your job. And I think sometimes
What about getting organised?
So I 100% think what you're saying makes tons of sense, but I agree a lot more with the getting at 8, 8:30, start at 9, or start whenever you're ready.
The thing is, so you can't be on the phones between them times. You can email people. You can get ready a marketing, an email campaign that you're going to send out at 9 o'clock the next day. Yeah. You can phone maybe the relationships you do have that you can call after that time. You can get your diary sorted. You can go to a networking event. So as much as, if you're doing a 9 till 5:30 and it's predominantly on the phones, kind of selling, if you like, then fine. During those times,
there are other things you can do.
It's when you get in at 9 and you go, I've just got in today. I've got 5 emails that come in overnight. I need to reply to them really. Yeah. So that takes you half hour, 40 minutes or whatever. Yeah. Then you end up speaking to somebody else, have a coffee, someone asks you some. Yeah. And then before you know it's 11 o'clock. Whereas I went at 8, I've done all them emails because no one was here. Yeah. No one was distracting me. I got all that done. And at 9 o'clock, basically all my updates have already gone out.
I mean, even take the sales guys, they're predominantly the main part of their job is to be in contact with businesses, isn't it, and that sort of stuff, which is typically between 9 and 5, 5:30. Yeah. But they have got the admin to do.
Yeah. All CRM of that sort of stuff. Doesn't update itself.
Doesn't have to be done between 9 and 5:30. You can do all your work between 9 and 5:30, or 9 and 5, and then have a little bit of time extra just to do all that sort of stuff. And it doesn't have to be within normal business working hours, so there is plenty of stuff you can be doing.
The argument it wasn't an argument, so the debate was that you're not working productive enough during the times you are at work. But my argument is that you do both. So I work as productive as I can between 9 and 5:30 without any fail. But if I do 3 hours more a day, 15 hours a week, add that up for the year, there's no debate, there's no question.
720 hours.
Wow, where's the calculator? So in my opinion, and I've done both. So that's my other thing, is that I've done both. So basically someone had messaged to say, well, you're not working productive enough or you need another member of staff. Yeah. And my argument was, well, I've done both. I've worked the 9 till 5:30 and I've worked the 8 till 6:30, even longer hours than that, but how and it's only my opinion, but how my company's changed in the last 6 to 12 months, working that way is, I couldn't even envisage it would have.
What, from adding those extra few hours?
Just being more organised. Get up in the morning. I get all my emails done right from the night before that come in, and you go right, clear all that, and then by 9 o'clock when everyone is ready, bang, I'm ready to go.
Right. So let me ask you another question then. At what point is it too far?
What, the working hours?
Yeah.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's too far. It depends on what you want to do.
If you get into work at 7 and you leave at 8, is that too much work?
No.
What if you have kids?
What if you have kids?
You still...
I don't have kids, so maybe that's unfair. I'm not saying... every person's different, right?
Yeah.
Some people, the dream might not be to want to take over your industry, to do everything, right? Yeah. So, of course, you've got to balance it out, and you've got to have family time and things like that. And I think it's important that you do, but depends on where you want to get to. Right? You can't cut corners. You can't say, "Oh, do you know, I'm going to do a 9 till 5." But I want to take the industry by storm. I want to do this. I want what we're doing now with the podcast, right? Yeah. You can't just say, "Oh, do you know what? I'll cut corners and I'll do it when I want." Like, you've got to be fully committed. You've got to throw yourself in. Right? Yeah. I don't think there's. I get up at 4:45 every morning. Yeah. I get so much done, not just work, but working on myself every morning. I go gym every morning. Yeah. I've spoken about this before. I don't want to bore people with it again, but all of that stuff is so important for keeping yourself switched on, your mindset fresh. Again, it's only my opinion, and this is only what's been working for me.
Yeah, I do think it's quite a difference between in terms of age, experience, and what you're doing with your life.
Of course it
is. Between me and you, I'm almost at the point where I could work those extra hours and it would be beneficial towards my career, but almost, I don't want to say you have to,
but I do.
But it's almost like you're not ever on a 9 to 5 because it's like 24 hours.
Yeah, of course.
Your emails are always coming.
It's life.
Your life is this business now, and that's where I can see your argument. But I just can't ever. It's not. I can't imagine myself doing that, but I just feel like I can't grasp it because I've never had to experience it.
Yeah. Well, like I say, you're very young into your career.
Yeah.
And everything that happens in your career will lead you up to the point. So everything that I've done in my past, work, social, like the lot, leads you up to the point where you are. It's where I am now.
Every single thing.
And everything had to happen. Like everything had to happen that way, and I had to have those experiences or whatever they were to get to the point where. And again, this is only me. I love it. Like I literally cannot get enough of it. Before I go to bed, tell my wife this. Before I go to bed, I'm thinking about work. Wake up. I'm excited to get up. And even on holiday, can't switch off. Yeah. Element of you can't because it's a business and you have to be online still. And there's also an element of I actually really enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah. And what we're trying to do is to take over, dare I say it. Yeah. So that's my, and as I say, you don't need to be that way, and I'm not saying that to you. I'm not saying that to anyone who works here and everyone that is associated with us. But I'm just saying as a rule of thumb, if you work more hours than your competitor or your peer, you say to me, I know you don't do the same job, but you and say Kieran or somebody, right? I want to get the next promotion. I want to do this, right? If he does 5 hours more a week than you, he'll be more advanced than you. Yeah. He will, because he depends how he's using. But I'm not saying you have to work like physically. You might want to do something on marketing. You might want to take a course. Just because you're getting in at A doesn't mean that it has to just be on. It's on your self-development. Yeah. It's on your self-improvement. So I think there's an element of that you should be doing and setting time aside for that.
Yeah, so I've got a really good segue now to sort of bring us into a wider topic, right?
Yeah.
So what I want to know, because I think we'll have very different opinions on this, is first of all, what is your definition of success?
What's yours?
Being happy.
Being happy.
Nothing else matters to me. As long as I'm happy, nothing else matters.
Yeah. It's a really good one because success brings happiness, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree.
Successful for me is having a dream,
And
conquering
achieving it.
and achieving it.
Yeah.
I know in myself that I've been loads happier
since
I've been on this new 12, 18 month
Yeah.
mindset, the business, all that sort of stuff. And we have been more successful as a company.
Yeah.
And it has made me more happier.
Yeah. I mean, if you take there's a few basic elements of success and happiness, isn't there? It's like people almost say about that thing, would you rather be rich and unhappy or happy and poor? But at the end of the day, if you're really, really low on money and you're struggling to hit rent, you're struggling with all these different types of things, basic living things that you need, you can still be happy, of course, but you're always going to have these problems playing on your mind.
Yeah.
And you'll also have your personal problems. Whereas if you've got money, the money issues go away, ish.
Yeah.
Like the basic ones go away, and then you can start, buying what you want. You can start buying some luxury things. You can go out. You can go on holidays. You can do this, that, whatever. But you'll still have your personal issues. But at least you haven't got to worry about the money side.
Yeah. It's like I think in Wolf of Wall Street, doesn't he say something like that? I'd rather be a rich man.
Yeah, he says something like
than a poor one. But the point being that, like you say, having a bit more money will certainly take away
it
some
fixes
issues.
some of your issues.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, there are levels to it. Sometimes you hear about people, they get really, really, really rich, and then it sends them into a really bad downward spiral. But I guess it's different because if you feel like if you work for your money and you carry on doing it, like take someone like Bill Gates, for example. He started right at the bottom, worked all his way up. He's now is he still the richest man in the world? But
he's up there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's up there as one of the richest men in the world. But he's still got these incredible morals of he gives loads of money to charity. He does tons of things, and he seems like a really happy guy, and he's really, really successful.
So I think it's healthy as well, working. I think it's healthy.
So
I think it's what else are you going to do, right? You're going to go home, watch telly, be lazy, or you can throw yourself into something.
Let me ask you a hypothetical question then around that. So you've still got this business, right? Take Friday night.
Yeah.
You play the lottery and you win, let's say, 20 million. What are you actually going to do?
Invest it into this.
So your day-to-day life won't really change?
No. And do you know what? You asked me 15 months ago.
Probably the same answer.
15 months. No, 18 months ago. You're joking, I just won 20 million.
Yeah,
like,
going partying, I'm going to buy a beautiful car, a beautiful house, yeah.
I used to say that to people as well. People would ask me that, like when you, previous places I'd work, well, if you won the lottery, like, I'm off, and no loyalties here, I'm off. You wouldn't now. Do you know what? That money I would put towards this business and the other companies.
And turn that into millions and millions.
Yeah, and get big quick. That's what I'd do. I'd genuinely do that because I enjoy this too much. Yeah. And it keeps me happy.
Yeah.
Keeps me motivated. Keeps me daydreaming and trying to think, what else can I do? What's
you've almost got this routine now, haven't you? Go to the gym in the morning, which is, self-improvement, great for you. Then you've got the work aspect, which is like all of your dreams, trying to hit your goals, all this sort of stuff. So I just feel like if you were to break that, it would be like you'd become a bit lost. I guess.
And it's easy to get out of that. It's really. I think it's really easy, and that's why I talk about training your mind. Yeah. And actually training your mind to do things that you don't want to do, because if you ask me if you was to ask me, well, I'll ask you. Yeah. I don't know if I kind of touched on it before, but you think of yourself. Yeah. And the sort of person you want to visualise of what you do and who you are and all the things that you think would make me feel really good and happy.
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like? Because mine is kind of what I'm doing now, but I'm always trying to improve that routine and what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, you can always be better, always. But for me, at that point, the ultimate happiness that I can envisage right now is having a nice house. I don't want anything super extravagant. A nice house, a nice car, beautiful family, no financial stress, health for all my family, and a career that I enjoy.
Yeah.
That's the main thing for me. I'm not really worried about having millions and millions.
No.
But just being able to do what I want, when I want,
dream,
no financial stress.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff.
So that's what you should be striving towards, trying to
Yeah.
make happen for you.
Yeah.
So the one day when it does, you go, I did it.
Yeah.
But there'll be something else at that point.
Oh yeah, it'll be the now what
I'll ask you
do I
in
do?
6 months,
Yeah,
or
we'll
a year, or 5
Yeah.
years, and you'll say, right, this is the dream now, this is your dream. But you have to go through all of this.
Yeah.
You figure it out. You figure it out. And like I say,
Everything changes when you get older, doesn't it? What you want to do, where you want to go, all of these, it all changes day by day by day. And as you get older, it will change drastically.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, we'll see. So we were discussing success versus happiness, right? So do you actually believe, in terms of a graph, there's for you like a strong correlation of the amount of hours you've worked compared to your happiness in terms of like almost due to the success?
Yeah.
So do you think you've been happier since you started working more hours?
Yeah. And I'll tell you for why.
Go on.
Because if I'm working, I'm keeping myself active. I'm keeping my mind fresh or switched on, and I'm doing something, right? What else would I be doing, or what was I doing? So maybe before I was going home and I'd just put Netflix on.
Yeah.
And I'd sit there 3 hours, have dinner, eat rubbish, and go, oh, I didn't go gym. Oh, I didn't go gym today. I should have gone gym. I remember this morning when I said, you're definitely going to go gym tonight. And then what you did is you just went home and you went to Daisy and then I did it the next day.
Yeah.
I'm going to get up early, I snooze the alarm. And then I get into work and I think, doesn't make me happy.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not trying to improve my fitness, my strength.
Yeah.
I'm cutting corners. I'm doing the absolute bare minimum that I can to get by. Right? That's what I'm thinking, right? Since doing the work stuff, I'm up. I'm at it.
Yeah.
I'm at it straight away.
So my immediate response to that is, do you not enjoy relaxing? Because for me, I've known you for nearly 5 months. For me, it doesn't seem like you enjoy relaxing at all.
Again, do you know what? I call it being lazy. I've just been on holiday, right? I've just had 2 weeks off, so I've just relaxed, right? I've just laid by pools, gone to the beach, strolled around, ate rubbish, stuff like that, right?
Again, I've
up till 4 o'clock when you guys are in the office, right?
Yeah.
But I can relax later.
Yeah.
I never used to think like this, but I can. I'll relax later. Let's build something.
Give it 5
now.
years when you've got something really strong built underneath you, then you've got all the time in the world to do what you want.
That's it. Let's build something. Let's build a monster now, right? And in 5 years, relax. Relax in 20, 15 years.
Because I know you like, when you go to the gym, you like the sauna and the steam. That's quite relaxing, really. And, you give yourself 5 minutes in the hot tub in the morning after you've worked out, whatever. That is relaxing, but it's not relaxing in the same way of I should be. If you were at home watching Netflix with a cup of tea or whatever, and some people would be like, that's like heaven. Just sitting on a sofa after a long day of work. Some people love it.
And don't get me wrong, I do still do that. I'm not saying I'd never do that.
Like
weekends,
everyone does, but
Monday to Friday is my work hard. Saturday, maybe I don't get up really silly early, right? Maybe I do get up, go and have a coffee downstairs, sit there, watch a bit of telly. I'm not saying that I never do that, but I'm saying that I do it loads less now than I used to. It's not a coincidence I've then become happier. It's not a coincidence the business is doing better. And touch wood, we can carry on trying to do that. They're not coincidences, in my opinion. That's where I've been working harder. You talk about the sauna and the steam room. the other reason I do that is discipline.
Yeah.
Because we've all gone in a sauna,
It's
we've
not
gone in
easy.
there for 2 minutes and gone, get me out of
Bit
here.
warm here, innit?
Yeah.
And then you walk
I
out.
go in, I turn that little dial, and
Yeah.
I sit down. I think until that gets to the bottom,
Yeah.
I ain't moving. I am not moving, and not
Yeah.
because I like to, but because it's good
Yeah.
training for discipline. Do
Yeah.
stuff you don't want to do, because that's the difference between, in my opinion, being really successful and not being successful.
Yeah.
Is letting yourself cut corners and not do the fundamentals that you know you should do. And we've all done it. Your brain says to you, you need to make that phone call, and you go, I'm at tea first, I'm going to have a cup of tea. And then you come back to the office and you go, right, I'll make that phone call, right, emails, let's just reply to a few of these before it's 4 o'clock. I wonder if I can do something. And you put it off, you don't make the call, and then, surprise, surprise, it doesn't get done, and this, that and the other.
Yeah.
Whereas you pull the Band-Aid off and you make the phone call immediately, right, got to do that, don't want to do that, do something you don't want to for discipline, for mindset.
Yeah.
Phone them up, that wasn't nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And, look, I actually got something done, and there's a sense of achievement in that. And that's why I do that stuff in the morning. It isn't because I love sitting in a sauna, sweating buckets, and then going in the steam room afterwards, because I'm dying in there.
So, if you were to walk into the gym, right, what is the one thing that you, and answer this honestly, what is the one thing you enjoy doing the least? Whether you do it or not, if someone said you have to do that, what's the one thing you would want to do least?
Running.
What, on treadmill?
Yeah.
And you still do it anyway?
Because it's boring,
It
isn't
is
it?
boring.
It is boring. So probably that.
Yeah.
Because again, it's just like,
yes.
I don't like running, you know.
Yeah.
And again, you're halfway through your
But
run.
you force yourself to do it.
Yeah. Once a week.
Yeah.
And I say to myself, one time, you can't go for a run once a week. I'm actually now thinking, because I'm always trying to improve my routine. So when I get up, so literally trying to squeeze every single minute of the mornings out with something productive.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting up 15 minutes earlier now, because I was finding I was getting to the office 15 minutes later. And it's only a small thing, but I'm so happy when I get here at 8. When I start walking here at 8:15, I'm like, God, that's because you didn't leave to get to the gym earlier.
Yeah.
You know, which is nonsense.
Yeah.
So it's things like that. So most of the stuff isn't done to one run a week. Come on,
The thing
can't
I
get
hate
one
most,
running for 30 minutes or an hour.
The thing I hate most in the gym is so I had my personal training session. They gave me my whole routine and everything, and I've done it a few times. I love it, but I've been told that after I've been in the gym, I have to take a cold shower. And I hate cold showers. They physically hurt. Like, they're painful. But he told me all these benefits of having a cold shower after you've worked out and
What's a sense of achievement once you put yourself through it and come out?
And every time I stand there and I'm just like, just do it. Just keep my eyes closed, just turn it the tiniest bit so as the cold stick goes. It's painful.
Start on hot, slowly reduce.
Oh no, I just go literally like that straight in, because it's like jumping at the deep end. You might as well, rather than ease yourself into it, just jumping at the deep end. And I stand in it for, I count 30 seconds, really quickly wash my hair or whatever, and then I just go and get in the pool.
Amazing.
It's so difficult, but it is really a sense of achievement.
Have you not done it yet? Have you gone, I'm going to do that, and then you've not done it?
No, I've done it every time.
So the disappointment you have in yourself when you don't, and you come out and you go, there's only 30 seconds, I could have done that, and I haven't done it.
I don't want to feel that, so I'm not going to let myself.
That's good.
So,
But that's what I mean about training your mind.
Yeah, it's the determination and the just drive to just be like, don't
do it,
fail yourself. Don't,
no excuses. There's no like, I didn't work that hard today, so I don't need to. Do it because you don't want to. And trust me, and then you do it. You start off doing it in the gym, then you'll start doing it at work. You'll start the phone call or the email or the chase or whatever it is that you was meant to have done, and you're putting it off. Nah, I'm just going to get on with it. I'm just going to pull the Band-Aid off, make the call now, or do whatever. Do it.
Yeah.
Because it makes me uncomfortable, and you're learning, and you're improving yourself by doing that.
That is really sort of like an opening not only opening your horizons, but it's almost like opening doors as well, isn't it? Like, it really can widen your like skill set, your everything, like your personal skills, that sort of stuff. But especially like, you know, on top of that, being able to do all of that sort of stuff, it like you can open your opportunities and everything.
Huge. So I can't tell you the amount of times I've not wanted to do something, managed to do it, or got round to actually physically doing it in the end. And I'm talking like delayed it, I don't fancy that. And then done it and gone, that wasn't so bad, and look, it turns out that was actually a really good phone call.
Yeah.
And then that led into this, which led into that, which led into that, and you go, Christ almighty, that's because I made that call 6 weeks ago that I didn't want to make, or I went to that networking event, or I met that person, he introduced me to that person, and it was all through, I don't really want to go to that, it's an evening job, been at work all day, all that rubbish you tell yourself, and then the best thing comes out of it, the best thing.
Yeah. So what is going through my head at the minute is, so we've discussed the success, the happiness, the working hard, the gym stuff, the determination, being resilient to all of these things you don't want to do, forcing yourself through all of this sort of stuff. So you think that all plays into your general happiness and your success, and then in turn your happiness? Yeah. So we've spoken about routine a lot. Do you think routine is also a big part of your happiness?
Yeah. I think the thing that probably kind of covers all of it is purpose. Yeah. It's having a purpose all of a sudden. So not going to work and just kind of doing what you need to and not really caring and just cracking on and then do the same thing the next day. It's finally having purpose of what I'm trying to do. It's finally having a goal and going at something. That's what it is. And that can always be improved. And I'm always changing parts of that.
Where you want to get to, what you want to do.
Yeah.
It changes.
That changes. But I think it's purpose. But the routine thing, without a doubt, it makes me feel good. It makes me... Yeah. I get up, people go, oh, what are you getting up so early for and all that. And I don't do it for that. I do it because a couple of things. One, it's doing something I don't want to do again. And I do it. So first thing in the morning, set me alarm, get up.
Do you still struggle to get up?
No.
Now you're just used to it.
Yeah.
It's just the time you get up.
Yeah, pretty much. Even weekends, my body clock will get me up. Like I woke up at like 5 to 7, which is late, but 5 to 7's early.
Yeah, that's very early for a weekend, especially. But for you, that's
that's a late. That's a luxury. Yeah. So I think there's the routine stuff definitely does. Mm-hmm. It's because I don't want to do it. It's also because I'm told through research that this is what successful people do.
It's very beneficial. Well,
and now I'm doing it, or now I'm trying to do it all the time, and I'm seeing the rewards that are coming with that. That it's working. Yeah. So why it's working? Let's keep doing it. Yeah. I'm noticing improvement. Yeah. I'm noticing improvement in myself. Yeah. Happiness, and things at work are going well. I just I think it all plays into that.
Yeah. I'm trying to. It's not an argument. But I'm trying to build...
You're trying to counter.
Trying to build my opinion. Because it is different from yours, but I feel like I'll be saying the same points, but for a different reason.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But...
So, as I've said, I said it earlier, my main thing with... Not even success, but for me to have been successful in my life, I just want to be happy. But... And again, it might be an age thing, it might be a job role thing, whatever, but I don't see work having the prominent role in that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not 100% sure why, which is why I'm trying to build this thing, because when I'm in work, I feel, to be honest, probably the gym actually. The gym is probably where I feel most motivated. Once I'm in that gym, it's just like zone out, go.
You're in it, yeah.
Other than that, work is where I feel most motivated. When I'm at home, I don't really end up doing anything.
No.
But I've got a feeling that it will be at home, where I almost have my purpose type thing. Or it might be something like this, which isn't... Yes, it is work, but it's not... I don't see it as work because I enjoy it.
Yeah, of course.
If you know what I mean. So...
You enjoy it?
Yeah. So where you enjoy something, you don't necessarily see it as work.
No.
But it technically is still work. I'm still part of my 9 to 5. It's still... et cetera, et cetera. But I'm just not totally sure where. I guess I still haven't found that specific purpose yet, because I'm still trying to build out what I actually want to do, what I want to be, how I want to be.
You're allowed to.
Yeah.
Because you ask.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. That's why I suppose these conversations we have can be quite interesting at times, because you get to have the perception of someone.
Yeah.
10 years.
Who's already been through my age.
10 years, yeah, a little bit further. 10
We'll
years.
say 10 years.
Yeah, let's say 10 years. Someone 10 years older, let's say, that is in a completely different part of their life than what you are, and also the guy that's starting out trying to figure it out still, which is fine. You just said there, what makes you most happiest at times and motivated is when you're in the gym, right? You know that, right? You just said that.
Yeah.
So why don't you go gym every day?
I have been now.
Have you?
Yeah. So I signed up.
Remember that we remember when we set you that challenge?
Yeah.
And you completely discarded it and said, "Oh yeah, but
yeah, it was but everything was an excuse."
But now you're doing something.
I've been. When did I go? So I went Saturday, right? Saturday. Woke up at 9. Went and played football for 4 hours.
For 4 hours.
Then went to the gym. Went to the gym for 2 hours. Then went in the pool for an hour.
Did you?
Then in the sauna, steam room, hot tub of that for half an hour.
Wow.
So I was doing exercise from 9 till about 5:30ish that whole day, yeah.
Wow.
It was really good. And then I just went out and had a few beers and whatever, and it was a really good time.
Yeah,
but I deserved it because I worked really hard all day, but I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But
so I think being happy, it's not rocket science. I think it's doing the stuff that is, write a list of what makes me happy and what doesn't. Stop doing the stuff that doesn't make you happy.
Yeah.
And being honest with yourself and be accountable.
Yeah.
And take responsibility and make yourself do the stuff that you know will make you happy.
Yeah.
Sounds easy.
So, another question to pry on that slightly. Do you not think that what is in your happy list is your comfort zone? Relatively. It pushes the boundary slightly.
It is now.
But if you know it's going to make you happy, you're not going to be taking risks, you're not going to try new things.
Yeah, but getting up at 5:15 every morning is still, I mean, it is loads easier to do that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my happy thing at all. I've trained it to be my happy thing because it makes me productive.
So say...
Do you know what I mean? So I think there's stuff that you can do, and this is what I'm saying to you, there's still stuff now that I know that I need to improve on or refine and adjust and all of that sort of stuff to make it even better and stronger. But those sort of things, like you say, will be the stuff that you don't necessarily want to do. So I always try to find something new. So like you say, this is great being in the place I'm in at the minute, but what's the next one to kick on? What's the next bit to push yourself more? The bit that you don't probably want to do, but it's going to benefit you.
So, we were talking about the things that make you happy versus the things that don't.
Yeah.
So, however cliche it might be, literally like the place that makes me most happiest is like Disneyland or somewhere like that, right? But I know this is a really different example to the way you've been talking about things, but I know that you don't particularly like roller coasters. So if that's in your list of things that isn't going to make you happy, that was at the bottom of my list of things that make me happy. I was petrified, but my parents didn't force me, but they really convinced me to go on one of the roller coasters, and now they're like my favourite thing in the world. Yeah,
I think that's more life experiences, and
it is, but I do think that sometimes,
and it's not something you do every day.
No, it's not at all.
So I think things like that, don't get me wrong, I've got a couple of things personally that I want to improve on, and the thought of it is like, oh God, but like swimming, for instance, right? I'm not a very strong swimmer, right?
Okay.
So I want to get proper swimming lessons. I can swim, but doesn't really appeal to me.
Yeah.
I'm not very strong. Difficult going underwater, revealing everything here, and but. So this year, I've said to myself, to get better at that. And at the moment, completely hands up, I haven't done anything about it. But it is on my list of stuff for this year. Don't you look at me like that.
No, I'm not looking at it. I'm looking at you where I'm gonna say something.
I know. So it's on my list this year to get something, so I get better.
Right.
And it's completely out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But I know that the rewards of that, when I go away with all my friends and they jump in the sea when we're on a boat, that sort of stuff where I'm a bit like, nah, I don't fancy that. Yeah. That's one of my things.
So, do you know where I'm going with this?
I'm not sure. Go on.
Why don't you, every time you go to the gym, just go for a swim, and then gradually you'll get more and more comfortable, and then you'll be able to just
ease
yourself into it. Like after you go to the gym, do you ever go in the swimming pool directly after the gym? Is that because? So when you go to like the sauna and that, do you get changed into like swimwear, or do you
so I'll go to the gym, then I'll get changed into swimwear, go in the sauna, go in the steam room, shower, and then.
So why don't you just
make that as part of my routine?
Go in the shallow end or whatever, and just get used to being in the water. And break yourself out of that comfort zone.
Well, that's what this year. That is one of my goals this year.
Yeah.
Because. And again, it's doing something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
That for me is the benefit of not missing out with my friends and with my wife when she wants to do stuff like that. Because I hate it when I have to say, but I'm not really bothered, and I don't really like that, and this, that, and the other. So that's an element of missing out and having more experiences to be able to share. But it's not a day-to-day routine to improve my life, right? So I think that's the only thing I would say to your example, which is because again I almost feel that's like almost gonna be like bucket list sort of stuff, like jump out of an airplane. Like you ain't gonna do that every day. All right, it might really change your experiences, or you feel like it. I don't know, the adrenaline, all that sort of stuff that people talk about with that sort of thing, but I'm not going to you're not going to jump out of a plane every day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
What I can do every day is work on my business and improving my own flaws to try and do that. That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do fully understand that. So, it's almost like it's more efficient to improve on what you're doing every single day than to improve on something, like... If you knew you were going on holiday in 6 months or whatever, and you're like, right, I need to get comfortable in the water by that time, then you might start building on it.
Yeah.
But if you were, it's almost like you're learning a skill that if you're not going to use it, then there's not much point.
Yeah. How many times do I need to swim? How many times do I go on holiday?
Yeah.
Like things like that is kind of my thing.
Yeah.
Which is why it's on the list this year as something that is just making me do something that I would be uncomfortable for, and it's that element of achievement. Yeah. And again, it's that happy feeling that it will make me afterwards. One of the big ones, growing up, is my family. I say my family. My dad was fine with animals. My mum was petrified. I don't know if I've told you this before.
Pet dogs.
Yeah, petrified of dogs. We walked down the high street. Yeah. We'd cross over. Hate them. Yeah. Never grew up around them. Really on edge, uneasy. Yeah. And so was I, up to 23, 24 until I met Jem. Yeah. Cats as well. Cats and dogs.
So you didn't have... I thought you had cats when you were younger. Or was that only since you've moved out?
Only since I've been with Jem, for like 6...
Oh, I didn't realise that.
About 7-8 years I think we've had the cats now.
Okay.
But again... Never envisaged that. Yeah. And now I cannot believe that I've never enjoyed having pets. Yeah. And now I love them.
I can't imagine living without a pet now.
No. And that, again, is a real... And it's only a small thing. A lot of people won't... Perhaps, maybe some people do understand it. But it's one of the things that... It's not a big deal to a lot of other people, but it was a huge thing for me. Yeah. And a dog would run over to me and I'd be like just freeze, stiff, and be like, what's it thinking? Is it going to bite me? Now I'm like,
they are very unpredictable. Animals are unpredictable.
Yeah, but how many dogs really come over and bite you? You know. Yeah. And now I'll run over to dogs. We're like, oh, hello, mate. Yeah. So again, it's only a very small thing, but it allows me to be in those social. And now
that is something that can impact you every day.
Yeah.
You pretty much see a dog every day, especially working here. You see dogs all the time.
Well, wife's just started up a pet sitting business.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, if you were still had this fear. I don't know if it was a fear.
No, it was. It was a genuine fear.
A fear of, you know, it would actually impact your life quite heavily. So,
yeah.
You know.
And it was perhaps being uneducated about it. Yeah. And whereas Jem would say to me, "Oh no, the dog's doing that because of this. You know, he's really happy, he wants to play. Like, don't worry, it's not an attack coming. You know, so." Yeah, a very small thing that a lot of people probably won't understand, but again, drastic. And I think the swimming thing for me is the other one. Yeah. If I can conquer that fear, that for me will be, great. There's nothing else apart from jumping out of planes. So I've no interest in
Have you got any phobias at all? Just a general question.
No.
None that are actually...
No.
No major ones. You're not scared of snakes, spiders, or are you only as scared as you should be of them?
I've never seen a snake. Like, I might have seen I've never been near a snake.
Yeah.
It doesn't interest me to have them. I'll just put it around your neck and stuff like that.
I don't like that.
No.
I mean, I've never been scared.
Jim's got a phobia. Not a bit of a fear for spiders, but
spiders. That's quite common, isn't it? Spiders.
Yeah.
And
I think you can tackle it though.
Again, this is what I mean. Phobias. They're one of them things. Because my big one, I don't know if I've ever told you about this, right? I am absolutely petrified of frogs.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not frogs necessarily, but toads. They scare the life out
of
me, right? But, again...
Do you think you could tackle that, though?
I think I could, but due to the fact that I don't see them all the time, I don't want to.
Yeah. You don't
if it was
to
dogs, I used to be really scared of dogs.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so when I was I think I was like 4 or 5, I remember I was at my local park, right at the bottom of the hill, I had an ice cream, literally just got an ice cream, and this dog, I think it was like a Labrador or something, it was bigger than me, it ran over to me, put both his paws on my shoulders and pushed me over,
right.
And I was really young, and it's just scarred me ever since.
Course, yeah.
And I was never particularly liking dogs until like maybe a year or 2 ago, and now I'll go and walk my friends' dogs over the park with them and all that sort of stuff.
It's wicked.
I don't particularly want one still because I just love cats because I've had them all my life, but you know. I love dogs now.
It's a good point though. The whole frog toad thing, right?
Yeah.
You don't see them every day, so it's not that important.
No.
Like, there's other things that you can improve or break out of.
Mm.
I do think you can. My mindset's changed so much, whereas I wouldn't say I see it as a weakness, stuff like that. I see it as an excuse.
Right.
It's an easy excuse to be like, I've got a phobia.
Yeah.
It's a phobia. Is it a phobia or you just not like frogs? No, it's a phobia. There's no way that I can, I need to go counsel it. I need to have a year's or whatever, right? And I'm probably, I'm not saying that it's not, but that's just how I think now. I don't try to let myself have excuses.
I don't know what the definition of saying being a phobia or being a fear is, but I just know that there is something that's a phobia, and it's about frogs. So I was just like, if frogs absolutely terrify me, then like I remember I was with my mate, I think it was my mate's 16th birthday. He had a marquee in his garden, and a tiny little frog ran in. I literally just sprinted. I was gone. I don't know. I just don't like them. But
like I say, I don't think it's things like that. I think improve you is conquering a fear, conquering something that. Like making something right, so I'm not happy with this, and I can, because I've just googled it. It's saying it's an overwhelming fear of an object, place, situation, feeling, or animal, which I guess is kind of what we know anyway. But
It's the difference, isn't it? The definition is strong fear, but at what point is it become? Yeah. So, say for example, we were at. Just as an example, say we went to a conference of all places, a conference at like Alton Towers. Yeah. And we had...
You and your Alton Towers.
And we had a 3-day pass to go to the thing, right? So all of us lot were all going on rides or whatever. To conquer a fear, would you do it or not?
I could get peer pressured in.
Okay.
Knowing that it's good for me.
Yeah.
And knowing that I'm not going through it on my own.
Yeah.
And that I've got people around me. I think stuff like that help me no end. If you said to me, go there on your own and jump on a ride.
You just wouldn't do it?
Nah. If there was all of us there and you said to me, right, look, you've told me about this fear.
Just try it.
I'm going to be there with you.
Yeah.
You know, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I reckon I could.
And obviously, if anything that was like that to happen, especially with that, I mean, what are the chances that would ever happen? But
you'll make it happen, probably.
I would love that to happen. I've been through that, so I hated roller coasters, and then I went on one that wasn't that bad. Then gradually went up and up and up, and eventually, I'll do anything, literally anything.
See, I did go on one when I went to what was the Nemesis? Where's that?
Nemesis.
Is that the way where your feet hang? And
that's Alton Towers.
Yeah, so I've been on that before. But I come off not, oh my God, that was amazing. I come off being like, I'll take it or leave that any day of the week. So I had been on them before, but it doesn't change my life.
When I went on Nemesis, I sprinted back round to the front of the queue again because I had to do it again. Like, I don't...
Yeah, I think
it's different... People's different enjoyment.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people enjoy different things.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I think the point being that if there is things that you've got fear of, trying to conquer them is good for coming out your comfort zone.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really think of anything particularly, like, every day that I massively fear. I mean, everyone has their... You know, there are some things that everyone fears because it's life, like embarrassment and things like that. Everyone's scared of embarrassment. It's not a nice feeling.
Yeah.
But general situations like, you know, animals that people are scared of, you know, it's going to be a snake or a shark or whatever, you don't see them every day.
But going back to the embarrassment thing, and you're kind of being in the spotlight slightly, like on a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I think it's good. No one likes it. I don't know. Okay, some people will, right? But the reason when we do our deals, I then ask the consultant to stand up and talk about it.
Yes.
It's because it makes them uncomfortable. And I don't mean that in a horrible way, but I do it because it's good skills to learn. It's good to put you out of your comfort zone. No one's sitting there hoping you mess up or anything like that. It's really good for you to be able to stand up and talk about something. Yeah. And at the end of it, you're probably still nervous and a bit shaky and things like that, and sit down. But I did it.
Yeah.
And there's that sense of achievement again of doing something. Because stuff like that is more likely to be in your day-to-day.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay? Stuff like that is more likely to be in your day-to-day. So when we go back to when you joined and we went to the networking event and you had to do that, and you've been told on the way there, you don't worry, I'm not going to bring you in for anything, you can just sit there, listen, take some notes. Yeah, great. So you went there going, this will be nice.
Yeah.
Bit of breakfast, I'll have an hour, 2 hours there, just listen to people. Yeah, this will be lovely. The minute he probably said, oh, JB, you're going to, this is JB, everyone, he's going to now talk. You must have gone like, oh, okay, but you did it. And this is a great, we were talking about this earlier, about doing stuff you don't want to do and how it leads into opportunities. Had you not done that, you wouldn't be working here today. Yeah. Because I wouldn't have seen enough of you to be like, God, he's got something about him. It's like, oh, does he? Like, he just literally off the cuff went, all right, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is what I'm up to. And had that not happened, so had he not said to you, introduce yourself and talk about yourself, you wouldn't be working here. I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, maybe another pub. Well, one way or another, maybe we still would have met at the pub or whatever. But
of course.
It would have been a very different thing, and it would have been working very differently.
Yeah, I come away going, if he needs to do 2 more weeks work experience, I'd love to have him on board and see what he's about with everyone else.
I mean, I do find that very, very interesting because I am quite... I'm trying to think of the right words to use it. I don't feel very particularly... I'm going to finish this off with a bit of an out there statement. I don't feel particularly confident. I'm quite a self-conscious person, I guess the word is to say. I don't particularly like the centre of attention, but I genuinely believe that I could do public speaking for 1,000 people. If you gave me something to read or something to memorise and go, there's a microphone, there's people, or host an award ceremony, I reckon I could do it. Just because I'd find it fun, but I wouldn't be... It's a really weird way to explain it, but I don't feel... Put it this way, I would feel much more confident, this is a weird thing to say, much more confident doing public speaking in front of 1,000 people that I don't know, hosting an awards thing, than going up to a random girl in a coffee shop and asking for a number. I would much prefer to do the public speaking because
I think you'll be surprised.
It's not one-to-one.
I think you'd be surprised.
Well, I've done performances before.
Yeah, but I think performance is a performance.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's a show. Right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you was at a business conference, and it was like, right, in fact, what we'll do, you can present next time at our first quarterly meetings here or whatever, right? It's only to us.
Yeah.
But I think if it's a subject that it's a subject you're passionate about, it's a bit easier.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting view.
Yeah.
I think until you've got 1,000 people standing in front of you and you're going, wow, this is quite a big deal.
Yeah.
And I cannot get this wrong. And then during your presentation, like when you do public speak, again, it's only me, first 30 seconds was shaky. Your voice is all over the place, like this sort of thing, like, come on. And after about a minute, I'm like, oh no, do you know what? This is all right, I don't mind this now. Yeah, just kind of...
Yeah.
But then when you have the moment of, I've lost my train of thought, panic buttons, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think public speak. But again, it's a skill that you could either do it or not do it. I won't bother then. You're allowed to do that. So when we were going there that day, you didn't turn around to me and say, no, I like speaking. No, go on, let me...
Because I don't like speaking. I wouldn't like...
So that's the point. Between having the option of doing it and not doing it, you'd say, no, I don't.
No, I would do it. Because it would put me out of my comfort zone.
You would now? Because you didn't back then. That's what I'm saying. So when Lee said to you on the way there, you don't need to... don't worry. You didn't go, oh, no, it's all right. I've got it. I like speaking. Do you know what I mean?
So
I'm saying that you didn't turn around and say, no, I've got this. I like to do this. You went, brilliant, I'll sit here. But had you not done it, you wouldn't... Yeah. There's a possibility that you wouldn't have then... We wouldn't have met how we did, and that you'd be then working with us.
Take this as the example, right? So out of the 3 businesses, say you had... all the lenders round or whatever, and you had recruitment, whatever, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And if you said something, and then there's whatever 50, 100 people, lenders, whatever, different professionals, and you wanted me to do a short presentation about what Enjoy the Grind do and what we do day to day, what my job role is.
Yeah.
I feel like I could do that, and I would happily do that.
All right.
Go for it. I will happily do that.
No, good.
As I feel like I could happily, not as happily, but I feel like I could also do this sort of stuff on my own because I'm comfortable talking about this, that, whatever. But it's...
like the sound of your own voice, yeah.
I hate the sound of their own voice. I think everyone hates the sound of their own voice. Yeah.
That's interesting.
It is really interesting.
It is interesting because the reality is, JB, that sort of stuff will happen.
Yeah.
So soon enough you will be in those sort of environments where we will be doing that sort of stuff.
I just feel like it's so good for your self-improvement and self-confidence and social skills and all that sort of stuff.
Everything.
Being able to talk about whatever.
It's stuff that they don't teach this stuff at school.
Oh no, never.
And it's the bits that you need day to day.
Yeah.
You don't need to know... it's been so long since I've went to school, but you could probably name me a couple of
Pythagoras
subjects.
theorem.
Yeah, albeit I know that, you don't need it. You don't need it.
No.
What you need is to be able to have a conversation with people.
Yeah.
Conduct yourself, I always think the interviews and when you meet someone you've not met before, if it's business related, how you shake their hand, how you keep eye contact, your body language, I think it's a good subject we should do.
I would actually really enjoy it if we could have, I don't know how we would work this out.
A training session on that sort of stuff.
No, have like a secondary school teacher on the podcast and see what their opinions are.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Us saying, like, my general argument would be, what is the point in learning maths when everyone has a calculator on them 24/7? Like, yes, I can understand it's good for your brain to be trained to be able to do these different calculations and whatever, but I don't really get the need. Like, sure, there are some formulas that people use in specific jobs, but I just don't really get it.
Yeah.
And I would love to know a professional's opinion on that.
Yeah.
That is their job.
Well, we'll shout that out to see if we can try and do that.
Yeah, I mean, someone must know a teacher.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, in fact, I know a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think,
work it out.
I think there are, like I say, there's certain things that, yeah, I get it, and we'll learn that. And even like the maths and, certain things.
Yeah.
You go, the basics, and being comfortable with that.
Primary school, 100%, you should be learning maths, English, science, that sort of stuff.
But there'll be some subjects, as you mentioned, where they don't train you for interviews. They don't train you for interacting.
I think things like, you should have finance lessons of what a mortgage is, what different types of loans are. Because I know people my age that have got credit cards that are in debt and everything. Because they were never taught the risks of them in school.
Do you want X amount? Just press yes.
That's in my
free
bank
money.
Account.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. They don't. Yeah,
no one knows how to deal with these.
Catered up or geared up for that sort of thing, is it?
No.
It's an interesting subject.
I also think there should be some type of morals. I know it's hard to teach someone morals, but there should be like some type. I remember in religious studies, we did a section on things like crime and punishment and all that sort of stuff. But I think politics / debate type thing where people can give their opinions and not get angry about it, just have discussions about opinions. I think that'd be so good, beneficial for people that are my age, because eventually people that are my age are going to be the ones that are running the country.
Yeah.
And I just feel like we're all a bit lost because of social media and that sort of. I feel like we're just a bit out of the loop.
Yeah.
And I just feel like
a bit dated.
A lot of school. I feel like school plays a massive part in our next generations, and I feel like school plays a massive part in everyone. But the things they need to teach them, I think, need to change.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Was it? We can try and get a couple of teachers on just to have that conversation about is there anything that change.
Yeah.
Or what their views are.
That'd be interesting as well to see what their teacher's opinion is on their curriculum, whether they think it should change.
Yeah.
Who knows? So we're coming up to the hour now.
Cool.
So we should probably be wrapping up pretty soon.
Yeah. Okay.
So we've got our final question to ask, haven't we?
Yes.
Have you got anything that comes up on the top of your head? Any prying questions?
Are you happy at the moment?
Oh, that's a heavy question to ask. Am I happy at the moment? I think at the moment I am probably the happiest I've been in a long while.
Oh, wicked. Well, that's the main thing, isn't it?
I've got, I say, a routine as simple as I'm in work at 9 o'clock latest. I leave at 6. On the way home, I get off the train by the gym.
And you've started doing that now as well, haven't you? Like you say.
Yeah, I get off one stop early because that's where the gym is, and then I get a bus home from there. So every day I come home and it's like 8, half 8. I'm really hungry. I'll have some food. I'll be so tired. I'll just go to bed. I'll get an early night. I'll get up at a better time.
But do you think the gym bit is actually, well, you said it during the pod, but it's making you happier by getting yourself there?
100%. Yeah. I don't even know if it's the gym itself. I don't, because there are some sort of studies that say that gym and working out and that sort of stuff, it releases endorphins into your head and makes you generally happier. Or I don't know if it's the fact that it's because I'm just not sitting indoors and I'm with my mate doing something positive.
Yeah.
It could be anything, but I'm just really enjoying it at the minute.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Everything's going well. Yeah.
All good.
Yeah, all's good then. So the next one we'll have a fair few. Well, I mean, we've got so many topics to cover, haven't we?
So we're going to go through a bunch.
Yeah.
Failures is one I wanted to
Failures, we've got one to do. We've got cold calling and sort of cold calling.
Yeah, sales training bit. I think would be
training
good.
sort of stuff. We've got tons of different types of guests that we want to have on.
Yeah, it's
all
quite
that sort of stuff. So yeah, it'll be
okay. And we'll do another.
It's looking good for the few weeks coming ahead. I mean, we've got probably, I reckon, 50 more topics until we start running out.
I think so. Yeah. All right. Well,
numbers are going to come flying up pretty quickly. I hope we'll have at least 1 hour a week, at least.
Cool. Okay.
All right.
Good.
Amazing. Right. On to the next one.
Cheers, mate.
Cool.